Good Friday evening to you. How is everyone? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. I, of course, am your one and only host, the inevitable, the unavoidable, the Dungeon Delver. And I hope you're having an absolutely swell day today. I've been busy, busy, busy. But we had a lot of fun last night. By the way, if you missed that, you should definitely take a minute, not right now. Watch this live stream first, but you should definitely try and catch that. Of course, it's up on YouTube. We had a lot of fun. We had Eric Garland and Heidi Gygax and Alex Gygax and Luke Gygax and family. They were all here, and we had a gaggle of Gygaxes and a gallon of Guinness. Actually, I think it's only a couple pints of Guinness. But we toasted Gary. We remembered the good times. We remembered why we have a hobby, what it is we do, and why we do it. And it was a lot of fun to do that. And I enjoyed that. And hopefully they'll all return someday. They won't be too put off, and they'll be willing to come back. But as for tonight, if you're just stopping by, we have got at 9 o'clock, we're going to be playing some Gamma World. We're going to be getting up to that. And that's how we'll wrap up our week. That's how we'll do that. And then Monday, we start the whole thing over again. Of course, Monday night, RPG news as it fits. And we'll talk about the week ahead. And then Tuesday night, we play first edition AD&D. Wednesday night, Kyle's in the house. And who even knows? Thursday night's kind of an open night. I've got a plan for Thursday night. I've got a little something I'll probably want to do Thursday night. But we'll see that when we get to that. And then Friday, we're right back where we are now. And then we start the whole thing over. It's a thing we do. It's a process. So I am glad that you're all here, that we're all hanging out, that we're having a good time. I was doing some 3D printing today, and I hit a point. If you don't 3D print. For tabletop, this is hobby related. This is, I was not making gewgaws to sell or anything like that. I bought a print of a battle mech, and when it's all glued together and painted and everything, I'll show it to you guys, which means you'll never get to see it because I don't paint my miniatures. I'm terrible about that. But, no, I bought it from a guy, and I've talked about this before. I absolutely adore the Battletech Solaris 7 box set that FASA put out late in Battletech's. Well, I shouldn't really say late in Battletech's history. Later in FASA's history. I think it was probably the best thing that they ever did as far as that goes, and I feel like it's kind of how Battletech should have been played. Although when I was younger, I did have fun, having 36 mechs fight 36 mechs. It was always a lot of fun. But thank you, Adam. But I've talked about this many times, and I'm not going to launch into it again. But FASA was feeling the heat over the Macross visual designs for some of their battle mechs, so they were kind of starting to move away from that, and they released the Solaris 7 box set. So, what is Solaris 7? You might ask. Well, I'll tell you. Solaris 7 is a multinational planet, even though it technically lies in one particular galactic house area. But it's a multinational planet where the great houses all have arena battles with battle mechs. Rather than slugging things out on the battlefield, they have arena battles. I mean, they still slug things out on the battlefield. I'm not suggesting that, they just decided. I mean, that would be like deciding who was going to control the entire world with football games, which I wouldn't hate. I mean, proper football. Sorry, European and other friends. I mean, pads, helmets, the oblong ball, the works. But to represent the kind of knife fight, everything happens in the blink of an eye system of dueling, they altered the rules considerably so that instead of a full turn of combat taking 30 seconds, it was like subdivided. It was like 2.5 seconds. And they were really, really cool rules. But one of the cooler things that they introduced was they hired Studio New out of Japan. And now this is kind of funny, but they hired Studio New out of Japan to design battle mechs for the Solaris 7 set. And they used some of their designs. Now, when I was a youngster, like, I so wanted some of those cool visual designs. And the reason it's kind of funny is Studio New did the visual designs of the original Macross battle mechs, or Macross Mecha, which FASA took and then created Battletech around. So they had asked them and a lot of the machines in the Solaris 7 set, which I have over here. A lot of those machines were designed by the original creators of Macross. Very cool, very awesome. And when they released the set, though, I don't know if it wasn't well received or what, but they never released miniatures ever. No official designs. So you can imagine my surprise and my happiness when I found out a few weeks ago that a very talented and very artistically inclined person, just based on those drawings in that set, had started recreating those machines. And many years ago, probably about the time the Solaris set came out, I found out that there was a Japanese release of Battletech, and rather than use the Macross mechs, they completely redesigned all of the classic machines, and they look super cool. Because, folks, I don't care where you come from, I think the Japanese have really got mecha design down pat. I think it's absolutely amazing. And so this guy has made 3D models of all of those that there's only 2D representations of, front view and back view, and he's done an absolutely amazing job. And I went to his website on Etsy, and it's like $10, and you download a 3D print of, or download a 3D model, and then you can just print as many as you want. I think that's absolutely fair. So I had a few goes at printing. I say a few because the first print was a complete failure, and that's my fault. I didn't do supports right, that sort of thing. So I ended up with a bunch of crap stuck to the bottom of the tank. The second print mostly went okay, but I did have to reprint some parts today. But I'm looking at one of the super duper delicate pieces on I'll tell you, it's the Marauder, the battle mech, the Marauder. If you know your Macross, it's the officer's pod glog is what it's called. I'm not just making a sound with my throat. I'm looking to see if I have the kit, because I have that. But anyway, the officer's pod. It's got this dorsal autocannon, just big long tank gun on a pintle mount. And when the Japanese recreated the Marauder in the release of BattleTech in Japan, they kept it. It's iconic. And so this guy's 3D print, naturally, it comes with one. And I 3D printed that sucker 2 times successfully. And I say successfully because it's got this weird recoil compensator that's on these really thin hydraulics or whatever, gas shocks, call them what you will, that sits around the barrel. And he's got a picture of it on his website. And I'm wondering what kind of black magic this guy's using with his printing to get this thing to print at all. At all. Because those supports at the scale that this thing prints are hair fine. They're not big supports. So I'll see what happens. I may decide to attempt a third print. I don't know. But yeah, it was just a incredible pain in the butt. To get that out of the tank. Okay, I'm going to clip the supports very careful, and there it just kind of dissolved when I touched it with the snippers. I mean, the whole cannon itself in general is intact, but that recoil compensator around it that looks really super duper cool in his prints and in the illustration will not print for me. So I'll have to consult some of my fellows. We over on the Discord, we have a 3D printing channel. So maybe one of the guys can help me out with that. But it was frustrating. But anyway, let's scroll back up through here and see what you guys are talking about. Uncle Brad says, anybody wish me to purchase more Mayhem? That's up to you, my friend. That's entirely up to you. Hello, Vaughn Gifford. Good to see you. Ernest P. Worrell in a Bolo tank. That would be hilarious. Local Gumby says the thumbnail is fire. Thank you very much. I do my best with what I can. Although I wish I still had this. I wish I had this up. I wanted to see what it would what the Bing AI art thing. And that, look, don't come screaming at me that I don't support artists. Okay, I will absolutely pay for art, but when I'm making my thumbnails, I mean, this is literally something you guys see on your phone, right? It is throwaway. So I use the Bing art generator. So I had it generate tonight's, and then I brought it into Filmora, and I made the titles, and there you see it. And when I was done and I had a few minutes, I've been on YouTube, bless its pointy little head, because I've been listening to some classic music. It suggests playlists, and I never really listened to them because I'm like, what are you going to throw at me? Well, I had listened to "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" by Elton John once, and it was like, let me suggest a few things. I was like, okay, all right, 50 plus tracks. So while I was muddling around and getting stuff done and so on and etc., I let it, I let it play some music for me. and I was blown away by its suggestions. Lots of Supertramp, Dire Straits, Elton John, of course, some Kenny Rogers in the new edition, just mellow late 70s gold, just Gordon Lightfoot, Jim Croce, basically dentist office, somnambulistic stuff that was enjoyable. Now, I still like metal, I enjoy it all, but it was it was very nice to listen to. And greetings, Death Angels. So I was like, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty. Oh my God. First of all, Uncle Brat, thank you very much. Thank you for that incredible super chat. I really, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. That is awesome. Thank you. That's great. That kicks ass. I'll do what I can. I don't know that I can throw it at them all at once, but we'll see. Who wants to match him? But anyway, so I'm sitting there. There's a point behind talking about the classic rock. I'm sitting there and I said, I would like to see what the AI art generator would do if I just gave it a piece of existing art, not like, the Mona Lisa, but she's a vampire, a picture of San Francisco Bay Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, but Cthulhu is standing behind it. And nothing like that. I just said, here is an existing thing. Show me that existing thing just to see what it did. So I typed in the prompt, Supertramp, Breakfast in America album cover, because I wanted to see what it would do. I don't think it understood the assignment. What I got in several iterations was a picture of Roger Hodgson sitting at a table covered with breakfast foods. And you know how it doesn't generate words, like the AI doesn't understand lettering. You could say, you could literally just put into its prompt the alphabet, and you would get screwed up, an A and an M mashed together, and then a C with a Q line. You know how it do. And so I in addition to not understanding the assignment, in addition to not just saying, okay, Supertramp, Breakfast in America album cover, in addition to it literally just making stuff up, it tried, bless its pointing little head, it tried so hard to spell Supertramp with no understanding of how letters or words work. If you guys want, I'll share it with you on social media. But it was something else. It really was something else, and I was I just had to laugh. D- did not understand the assignment. See me after class. It was it was really trippy. It was really trippy. So we'll that is what I use though for my thumbnails. And I go through a lot of iterations. I saw there was a really good one, because I know the party hasn't been to Epcot, and I'm not leading them to Epcot, but a lot of the ones when I was like literally the best of, they come in groups of 4, so I guess it would have been the best of a dozen attempts last week at getting killer robots, killer Mickey Mouse robot, Mickey, Minnie, and Daisy robots in Frontierland. The one you guys saw in the thumbnail was the best I could do. That was the best that I could accomplish, and so I was like, okay, well, the golf ball at Epcot is pretty iconic, so I think I'll throw that one in there. And I kept hitting it with prompts, and now I get it. Gamma World is a land of mutants, but some of the unholy abominations it was showing me for people and for robots, like it wasn't doing good robots. The prompt was post-apocalypse survivors fighting killer robots in Epcot. And yeah, it kept doing zombies, like zombies fighting things that might have been robots. It was a real head scratcher, but that was the best one I could get, and that one's not great. I even tried to mix it, because I'm like, well, we got 3 of 5 characters are in powered armor, right? So let me throw that. Nope. Not good. It was not doing a good job. So I scrolled up and down and went back through and got the best that I could. A post-apocalypse world of tomorrow, and that's the thing. Tomorrowland, I think you meant Death Angels, but that's the thing. See, the those of you who've been watching this, and some of you haven't. By the way, we're at 4730 on the subscriptonometer there, I think. Let me see. Let me just double check that, because I don't want to miss. Because sometimes they'll say, "Hey guys, we're at blah 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 blah," and then like between when I checked it over there and coming and sitting down, like 3 unsubs, you know. I said we're 4729 as of 8:53 and 34 seconds on July 28th, 2023. But anyway, so welcome to those of you who have just jumped up on this thing and decided to join us in this merry-go-round of classic RPG goodness. The excuse me, a little sticky in the chest there. The party is going through Disney World there in what's left of Florida, what is physically left of Florida. Because if you look at the Gamma World map and overlay the Florida Peninsula, it's like Orlando is on the beach and has a South Beach region too. So yeah, not much. Literally a good chunk of the peninsula broke and sank. But I've still got Disney there, and Walt was able to, because you know his frozen head was revived and attached to a cybernetic body. Walt was able to rebuild the parks, at least the inside of the parks. And so, you know, like Cinderella's castle, but covered with vines, you know, the golf ball out at Epcot, the Spaceship Earth, broken open, and again with vines hanging over it and that sort of thing. Really, I think like 2 weeks of neglect would return Animal Kingdom back to back to jungle because they have so many enclosures there that are just savanna and jungle and that sort of thing. But the happy Friday, Deadly Dungeon Master. Thank you very much. But the various environs of Disney are not like that, because before the Killbots showed up, Walt had almost completely refurbished the parks. He's had nothing to do for 150 plus years except direct his Imagineering robots to refurbish the parks and make it a welcoming place for the beleaguered survivors of the apocalypse to come and relax and experience a little bit of joy again. But Android forces have moved in because they view it as a honeypot. Humans come in, they don't come out. And so that's where we find ourselves in the Gamma World game. And they are not... The party is showing excellent fire discipline and not just blowing up and burning everything, because, again, old cybernetic Walt wants to try and have a go at it and make it a fun place again. It's just the androids that they have to wrest the control of the park from. Walt Disney cryogenically frozen AI think tank. Well, I mean, he's kind of got that going on. Have sharks that are addicted to cocaine. How can it get any worse in Florida? Yeah. If probably Satan had his way, it'd probably all be blown up. Yeah, maybe. But because there are warring factions in Disney, the party has found themselves in the midst of it all. But when we last left them last week, they had come to a place called the Liberty Tree Tavern, where there's pretty good food being served in actuality. So we'll see what they what they wish to do, what they have going on. All right. Let me just... I don't think AI is ever going to replace Boris Vallejo. I had mentioned this. There's a guy... now, whatever your stance on this is, whether you think AI prompts are art or AI prompts are not art, I'm not really going to argue the point. His name's Kent Kelly. He's on Facebook. I find some of his fantasy work to be, regardless, again, of whether you consider work, I find some of the stuff that he gets output pretty visually appealing. And so I was talking to, I posted, I was about the hands thing, and I said, why can't you just, I said, why don't AIs just, like, if you prompt them, just a normal human hand, 5 fingers, proportional, a normal sized palm, a thumb, I spelled it out like a good paragraph. I know I've mentioned this before, but I said, try that. And he showed like 4 pictures, and he said, this is the output I got from whatever he was using. And they were all screwed up. The closest had the middle 3 fingers more or less right, except they were all really thick like thumbs. And the thumb and the pinky were both thumbs. That was the closest it could get. And I wonder maybe if engineers built that in just so AI art could never outstrip, just like, yeah, throw an algorithm in there so it deliberately screws up hands. So I don't know. Only hit 89 degrees. It's been in the upper 80s here in Central Florida. You know, I mean, someone was wigging out big time on my Twitter feed a few days ago. I mean, I'm not friends with him. It just shows up despite me begging Twitter to only show me role-playing game related tweets. Not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. Mute this conversation, leave this conversation, and just on down the line. And it'll still come back and say, world's on fire. Anyway, this person made the claim that because it was over 100 degrees, it's impossible, even in the shade, to be outside, that people will die, that the temperature was now at the death level. Laughs in 12-year-old doing construction in an air-conditioned building with father. Laughs in, I cleaned and straightened up my garage so I had more room to do 3D printing last week. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's hot. It's uncomfortably hot. You're not going to die if you go outside in that temperature and get some work done. But anyway, let's get on with it. Let's get going here and let's play some classic Gamma World, where for a few minutes, about 170 years ago, things got exceptionally warm. And let us say good evening, of course, once again to, hey, there's Kevin as Do Re Mi. You snuck away. Are you playing hooky, Kevin? Kevin. Oh, he must have gotten called away. Your mic is muted. Do I have you guys muted?
Here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's quite all right. So that's Do Re Mi. Rex Dashington is played by the one and only Yang Yan Zhao, a man who will never run out of energy because he's got a built-in solar panel. How are you, my friend?
Good evening.
Probably sane, hopefully sane, as played by Doomsword Deathmaster.
I see Uncle Bright skin that smoke wagon.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it'll get me demonetized, so don't say that again. I'm kidding. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Brat, for the amazing the amazing super. That is great. You're putting my kids through college. And how could we forget our own Kennek playing Mercy? Hello. And no one, as played by Todd. Hello. Welcome back.
Of mutated chocolate.
Life is a box of mutated chocolates. I love it. Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone has the dice roller ready to go. Let me just make sure mine's working. Boop. Yes, it is. So last week, the party had entered the Liberty Tree Tavern, and there was actually some pretty good eats. Probably Sane and Do Re Mi were the first to try their bill of fare, large plates of steaming, hot, delicious food. And there is possibly a woman there, and she is tending to the party's needs. She's refilling your glasses with beverages. So what do you guys wish to do? The food is there. It's awfully good. There's no one else with you, but she will frequently say, now, I have to go check on the other diners. I'll be back with you folks in just a moment. And then she disappears behind a door that swings freely, and a few minutes pass, and she comes back out to check on you all. So what are you doing?
Rex is ordering dessert, hopefully some kind of apple pie a la mode.
Well, let's see. Let me see. You have they actually do. They have warm apple cake with caramel and whipped topping.
I don't know that Rex knows what any of that is,
Okay.
except for apple, but he will try.
Okay. It's delicious. It is darn tasty.
Probably see some tears coming out of the corner of Rex's eyes.
Aw.
So happy to get food like the ancients would have had.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you guys have eaten barbecued lizard or 200-year-old rations or everything in between. This stuff is pretty darn exotic. What about Do Re Mi? What's he doing?
He's gonna ask them to surprise him with what they bring.
Okay, she brings you.
Have the chef choose for me. Thank you.
All right, she considers this for a minute. What is Mercy doing? No, we'll get back to you, Mercy. What is probably Sane doing?
I'm done. This place all right.
All right. And what about No One?
No one is going to get up and go through the swinging doors to see what the other people eating are eating.
There's no one else, and when you approach the kitchen, she quickly steps in front of you and says, that area is for employees only, sir. Is there anything I can get for you?
I just am looking for the other diners.
Right now, you're our only customers. It's been awfully quiet lately.
I wish it was quiet now.
I pipe up and say, key lime pie, please. I had some earlier. It was delicious.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't serve key lime pie. I can bring you some of our delicious caramel apple cake, or I gotta hang on a second. I lost it. I can bring you some of our delicious warm apple cake, seasonal sorbet, ooey gooey toffee cake. Would you like some of that?
Sure.
We also have an allergy-friendly cookie.
No, I'll take the sorbet.
Okay.
Rex signals he wants one of everything.
Oh, okay. So No One, do you go back and sit down, or what do you do?
No one's just going to kind of just hang out where he is.
So standing in front of the kitchen door?
Yes.
Okay. She turns around and goes through it, and it swings shut behind her. Okay. Let me see here. I will point out that as you guys have been dining in here, there's been a there's kind of unusual music that seems to emanate from the walls and from the ceiling. It's very peppy, lots of flutes and lots of drums. You're not sure what it pertains to. It's not loud. You don't have to talk over it, but make of that what you will. A few minutes pass, and she comes out. She has 2 huge trays laden with food, and she steps around No One and sets those down and just passes out the victuals.
No one takes the time to go into the kitchen.
All right, roll initiative, please. No one. Okay. She like the trays go down. She starts handing out the food. And she says, just a moment. And you feel a gentle hand on your shoulder restraining you. Do you pull away from her and try to push through?
No one will just turn around and look and see who's touching him.
It's the very pleasant lady who had been serving you your food. I'm sorry, sir. The kitchen is for employees only. Is there anything I can get for you?
I like to make my own food, thank you.
Oh, you don't have to do that here in the happiest place on earth. Would you like to look at our menu options?
No, thank you.
All right. If you let her, she will guide you back to the table and pull a seat out for you.
He'll just continue to stand there.
Okay, she continues to stand there with her hand on your shoulder, looking at you pleasantly. How's anyone else reacting to this?
I ready my laser rifle, of course. I've been playing with it anyway, you know.
Okay. All right. She's not acting aggressively. She's just standing in front of no one. She's even taken her hand off his shoulder. She's standing in front of no one, in front of the kitchen door.
I think it's about time we blow this joint.
Can we
hang
eat
on,
first
guys.
before we move on?
So Rex is going to call up Walt.
Okay. Hello, Spaceman Rex. What can I do for you?
Hello there, Walt. I was wondering if you could help us out. Could you perhaps put some credits, or I think they called it money, onto our employee accounts?
Oh, well, with the work you're doing for me, you needn't worry about it. Is there something you needed?
Well, you know, as we're going through the park, of course, we're checking out the robots that are here to see if they're evil robots or if they're still trying to uphold your beautiful vision of the future. So we have to sample many things. So if possible, could you put a little Monet into our account so we can test them? We're at the Liberty Tree Tavern right now.
Yes, I can see you there on the monitors. How was the food?
Oh, it was so good.
Yes, well...
Yeah, it was very fine. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Janet is one of the few androids who remains loyal to me here in the park, at least since the malevolent ones came and tried to take the entire place over.
Well, I've had better desert rat, to be honest.
Fascinating. I'll have to see about adding that as a menu option.
You should. I got the recipe.
Oh, excellent. Well, when you're done with your very important task, please be sure to share it with me. So, Spaceman Rex, are you and your friends having an otherwise acceptable time here in the park?
I'm going to be honest with you, Walt. It's been a little difficult. I think some of your friends, some mice, and a duck, and what might have been a dog, they were not very friendly towards us.
Yes, the animatronics. Unfortunately, the animatronics have been taken over by the androids as well, and I completely understand if you have to deactivate them in a rapid disassembly fashion, but just let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Well, speaking of that, you wouldn't happen to have any small arms stashed around this magical
Heavens,
kingdom, would
no.
you? Oh,
No,
okay.
not at all. Not here in the park.
I think we're running a little low on ammo.
Well, if your weapons use standard power packs, there might be something you can scavenge from the from the androids that you deal with. Yes.
Yeah, we haven't had so much luck. Their equipment hasn't been, shall we say, salvageable after we deactivate them.
Oh, I see. Well, you might find charging stations or power packs in some of the non-guest accessible service areas behind the attractions.
Oh, well, thank you, Walt. I think we will take a look at that. And I just wanted to say, please give Janet a 5-star review from all of us. And he sort of like waves probably off as he says that. She has been excellent. Thank you. And I think we're going to get back to our task.
All right.
Very well, then. Thank you very much.
Click.
Okay.
Well, good news, guys. Walt seems to think that there may be some power packs in the back of some of the rides or buildings or things like that. Probably not in the cafes.
Yeah, this is one of the attractions for me.
I look at Janet and I say, are there any med packs here that we may have?
No, if you have a medical emergency, please contact a park representative, or you can go to the first aid station, which is just to the left of Casey Jones Baseball and Hot Dogs, right off Main Street, USA.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I'm assuming that's the one we were at before.
Yeah, that's the very first one you think that she's talking about. So, where do you guys want to go next? You have your map. Where you are at right now. Let me bring that up. You just came out of a stairway, and it looks like the nearest one is kind of behind something called Fantasyland.
That was on the way, right? We were going to Futureland and then Fantasyland.
Yeah, if you keep going in this, if you think of yourself being at 10 o'clock, the next entrance down into the tunnels is going to be at 1:30,
Okay.
which is going to be between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland.
And we are currently in Frontierland, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, I say we head on to this Fantasyland.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go that way, I guess.
All right, so we'll head that way and see if we can find some stuff.
Alrighty. So let's see. Your stomach's full, and the sun now starting to. It's not beating down on you directly overhead. It's actually kind of in the afternoon, and Janet's smiling and waving and thank you. are you guys? So you're basically staying on the beaten path, as it were. You're kind of following the sidewalk as it goes along, right?
Affirmative.
All right.
Yes.
And if there's any attractions, we'll stop and look for power packs and such, or
Okay.
charging stations.
As you're walking along, you see two individuals. Both of them have dark, kind of formal-looking clothing on, a white tunic with a dark red sash around their necks, and a jacket and long pants over that. And they kind of regard you for a moment. And one of them steps forward and says, "Ask not what you can do for your country, but ask instead, where do you want it? In the forehead or in the heart?" And he reaches into his jacket and pulls out a blaster. And the other fellow next to him says, as one of my favorite actors said, "Go ahead, make my day." And he too reaches in and pulls out a blaster. And they're about 20, 30 meters away.
Well, Rex is going to pull out his blaster and try to shoot the first one in the head.
Okay. What is probably saying numbers Rab do?
Yeah, I lift my rifle and I say head or gut. I'm gonna shoot.
All right. How about Sapphire? How about Mercy, Sapphire?
Yeah, I actually I rewrote my sheet and I found out that I have a crossbow and quarrels. I don't know how many quarrels, but I'm going to pull out that, and I do have my energy cloak still on.
Okay. Do-Re-Mi, what is he doing, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm taking out the slug thrower and I'm shooting.
Okay.
I'll try to shoot the first one because somebody else shot him already.
Oh.
Actually, both of these guys got shot.
I probably should have picked different presidents, but
just go ahead and blow that guy's head clean off.
All right. And what is no one doing?
He is going to shoot one of the presidents so that they fall back into the left.
Oh God, you guys are going to get me. Oh, thank you for the super, Uncle Brad, because this video is making no money now. All right, so take your shot, please. Probably.
Man, not good. Warm up.
Yeah, he turns and looks at the other one as they're both diving for cover, and you can very clearly hear him say, "You see, Ron, this is why I believe in sane firearms control." So let's roll initiative, and we'll start with you, Yang. 2, 5. Party goes first.
Woohoo! All right. Well, Rex will take that shot. Oh,
That will miss. Let's see, Kevin, you wanna bust a cap?
Yep, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, no, come on. You're all kind of feeling sort of logy from all the food you've had, and Mercy takes her shot. That will hit. Shooting at the guy on the left or the guy on the right?
I'm shooting at the guy on the left.
Okay.
And that's a 1d6, correct?
Yes. All right. Slams home. And no one.
Yeah, you
Take
want
your
us to
shot.
roll for him? We'll rotate who does it.
14. I got to check that because, edge cases. Let me see. Oh, I don't even have it up. That's no good. All the way down to the reference sheets. Slug thrower. That is a 10. That was a 13. Yeah, that will hit.
How much damage that thing did? I forgot. 3d6?
Yes, that is 3d6.
Nice.
Okay. They return fire. This one is getting at Rex Dashington. 17. That's going to hit. And that is, come on, I can't even see that. Something's going on with the dice roller with me.
19.
19. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty. So yeah, your shield flickers for a moment, and the other one, the well-spoken man from the northeast, fires on
So close.
You're pretty fast. Are you fast enough to outrun a blast of bolt? What armor class is your powered armor? I forget.
I believe it's 2.
Class 2, so that's a 13. Yeah, no, that misses. You tuck and roll. Hello, EW. All right, so you are. Oh, there's. Hopefully, we have you back here. Hello again, Todd. They fired for you, by the way. They took your shot and it connected. Okay, new round. What are you guys planning on doing? They're blazing away at you.
Yeah, I'm shooting. This is my last shot before I have to reload, by the way.
Okay. Safi, Mercy gonna take a shot.
Yep. Second verse, same as the first.
All right, Rex, same.
Yep.
Do re mi.
Yes.
No one.
I got one more shot after this, and I have to reload as well. So.
Okay. And no one. You gonna blast on a fool?
Back into the left. Back.
All right. Go ahead and take your shot then, Doom Sword, and then we'll come back to initiative. 15 will hit.
Nice. All right.
And 13, 14, 18, 23. He did not like that. So that is a total of 27 he's taken. Let's roll initiative. And I think we're down to, let's see, who's next in initiative? That would be probably Sane. Go ahead and roll initiative for the party, if you would, Doom Sword. I got a 3.
Yeah.
Party 4. Party goes first. Go ahead and blast on him. Anybody?
Okay.
Anyone at all?
14.
14. Let's see. You're firing a laser pistol, is it? Or a slug thrower?
It's a slug thrower, so it's weapon class 10.
Yeah, it's a 10. It's a 14. These guys are not that well armored. That will actually hit.
All right.
You firing at the guy on the left or the guy on the right?
The one that has the Bostonian accent.
That's the one on the right.
Okay. Nice. It's 12.
Yeah, nicely done. Okay, take your shot, please, Connect. That will miss. Rex Dashington. A 12. Let's see. That's a 13. That's a 12. That will hit, absolutely.
Ooh, finally.
One on the left or one on the right?
The tall, skinny redhead.
The one on the left or the one on the right?
I forget which side he was on. The northeasterner.
Okay, so the one on the right.
Yes.
23 points of damage. That burns a hole in him, and he keels over backwards. The fellow with the lacquered black hair kind of regards him for a second and regards you and says, "Fleshy humanoids, get ready to get torn down."
This is how we do it, Rex.
All right, number one. No one. Take your shot.
Dill, you want to roll for him?
Oh, is he not? All right.
Yeah, his dice aren't working.
15.
Nice.
And that is a 10. And this has a 4. That will absolutely hit. Yeah, he's not looking very good either. So it's a new round. He's running forward, blazing at you guys, and he is going to shoot at. This is going at Mercy. You are bad life. Die. And that will hit you. So have 6 dice. And that is 23 points of damage.
Oof.
Ouch.
Bzzzt. Okay, new rounds. This fellow is still up.
I did have my energy cloak on. Did that help with some of it or no?
No. So probably saying you're reloading, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Rex, are you reloading in this round, or are you completely out of charges?
No, he's got one more clip, but he is going to pull out his sword, whip it on out, and then run up for an attack. With the
Okay.
sword.
All right. Mercy, you going to fire another crossbow bolt?
Yes, I am.
All right. And probably saying you're reloading. Do-re-mi, have you got one more shot?
I do until I have to reload. Yep.
All right. And no one is probably going to be taking a shot now. So let's roll initiative and try your dice real quick there, Todd. I think it may be working now. I had to refresh the page. Try refreshing the page and see if it'll work for you. I'll roll for you in the interim. A 12 for a slug thrower.
That was 10, right?
Just misses, actually. Okay. Go ahead and blast on this fool, everyone.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that 20 come up. Unfortunately, that will miss. Who's next?
I hit
14.
that last time.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. And this time it's 17 points.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Anybody else shooting at him? 17 will hit. This could be the tell. Roll your damage.
Let me take care of that hangnail for you.
You're all part of an evil empire. All right. So, new round. And you're now reloaded if you want
Yes,
to
sir.
blast on a fool. Probably
You know
safe.
it.
You may do
I
it.
do.
Roll. 5, that will miss. Okay, he is going to take a shot at one of you guys again. So I'm guessing everybody who can will. Rex, you were spending the last round closing in on him. Did you power dash to get over there?
I thought so.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you're in melee range now, and he turns to face you, and you know, he's gonna shoot at you. Let's roll initiative, and I think we're down. Kanik, roll initiative for us.
Gavin. Or, yeah.
Kevin, go ahead.
You want me to roll? Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
Because I did
All right.
earlier, I think.
It's simultaneous.
Simultaneous combat. All right. That will actually hit. And you take 17 points of damage. He just kind of jams the weapon barrel against your powered armor and says, something witty, and pulls the trigger and takes 17 points of damage. All right. The rest of you guys blast on him. Go ahead and make your vibroblade attack first there, Yang, since you're right there.
I'm sorry. Who took 17?
That was Rex.
That was Rex.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. This is just a regular sword. I don't think it's a vibroblade.
Oh, okay. So that's an 11. Let's see.
My man's out here fighting with a longsword.
How many hit dice? How many hit dice does Rex have?
How many hit? Oh, Jesus.
What is your constitution?
Con is 13.
I did heal him earlier, though.
13.
Last one.
13, and you rolled an 11. Yeah, no, it just kind of clanks. It sort of separates the fabric of its coat a little bit and maybe digs into some synthetic flesh, but something metallic stops it. All right, you guys, fire away.
Nice.
All right, that is a hit.
Woo!
13. 13. Yes, that will hit.
Nice.
As you guys are piling it on.
12 points.
2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 17 points of damage, and this one is finished. He crumples over.
Nice.
All right.
So they had blasters, you said.
They had laser pistols. Yeah, unless I specify that this thing is, burning a 25 centimeter hole in and all that horribleness. If I slip up and say blaster, I do just mean a laser pistol.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, it's still firearms. So
Yes.
Which means the battery-operated magazines.
Yes.
that's right.
How many magazines?
All right. Let me see here. Well, Boston Accent only had one, but the other fellow had 4.
Oh,
Nice.
And that's in addition to the ones that they have, which are -3 and 4 shots, respectively, in each. So you have 2 laser pistols. You have all those spare charges.
would the clips also fit in a laser rifle?
That is a fine question. Let me see.
I could use a better weapon too.
I think they are interchangeable.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, they're just hydrogen cells.
Yes.
It would make sense that they would.
Yes. Let's have a quick gander there. Do-do-do-do. All right, here we go. Laser pistol. Hydrogen energy cell, and we'll just double check. Laser rifle, hydrogen energy cell. So there you guys go. You've got 5 hydrogen energy cells. You've got a couple of laser pistols.
May I have a laser pistol, please?
Yeah, sure. But let's think about this logically, though, right? So I got 6 that I keep on me. I got 3 almost full. Where you guys at?
I have. Well, I'm out. I have one more. Oh, I have 4 empties and 1 full clip.
Right, well, you obviously get a full one then. Who's next?
I have Vibroblade, but it has 1. And then my armor actually uses 2, but they're atomic. So I don't think these work, right?
You ain't even got a pistol, man?
I have a slug thrower I'm using.
Man, take a pistol.
Okay. I'll if nobody wants it, I'll take the laser pistol.
So it sounds like those are the 2 laser pistols then.
Yeah, I think you each got one, right? There were 2 of them.
Yeah. And then how many charges do you get out of that? Out of a an energy cell with that?
5.
Pistol uses 1 charge per shot. The rifle uses 2 charges per shot.
And how many shots are in an energy cell?
20.
Actually, just a quick notation here, and this is my bad as a game master. Sometimes you slip up and forget things. I was thinking that the energy cloak was resistant to blaster fire. It's resistant to laser fire. So the damage you took from the laser pistol, you can mark that off.
Sweet.
Yeah, the energy cloak is resistant to laser beams.
Nice.
All right.
The laser rifle says the battery life is 5 shots.
Right, because you get half. So, yeah, 10 shots with the blaster,
Oh,
and you
okay.
get half. Right. Because it takes 2. It takes 2 times the amount.
So battery life on laser
It
pistol,
takes-
just to clarify, is 10 shots. I'm sorry, you were saying Todd.
I was saying it takes 2 to make everything.
Okay.
So we had what, 5 energy cells that we got?
Yes, you got a total of 5 additional hydrogen cells.
Okay. So would it be like 1 for everybody? Would that work?
I don't need any.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll take 2, and then whoever else needs the other 3 or whatever. Does that work?
Well, Rex definitely needed some, right? Rex?
Yeah, I need 1 for sure, and if there's extra that you guys don't need, I'll take whatever's left. But you guys should make sure you have some backups for those pistols.
Okay, I can take 2 if you guys don't need those.
No,
But
I'll
that
just-
only
I'll-
leaves
that
leaves
leaves one
one spare, right?
And then once we get to a charging station, he can recharge his other 4 and whatever else is discharged.
Right. I'm good. I don't know about
No,
that guy over there. He told me one time his name was Captain Caveman. I didn't believe him.
So it looks like he's got a slug thrower. So I think that the 5th one then Rex should take.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, because you guys had this, who took the stunner from who was that?
I took the last stun ray, but
Yeah,
there was one before that, right?
Yeah, I don't remember that one, but so you took Stump's stun ray pistol.
I believe that's true.
All right. So are you guys proceeding overland, or what are you doing?
Let's go.
All right.
Are there any of the rides or amusement things or whatever right around here that we might be able to recharge stuff, or not yet?
No, you don't see anything as far as recharging stations. Let me see. Just needed to get a quick map up here. I want to be able to tell you guys where you're at. So where you are now, as you are leaving this area, kind of almost directly in front of you there's something hard to describe. It is a round, open-sided structure. There are animals of some kind. They don't appear to be live animals. They appear to be sculptures of animals on brass poles situated on the outer edge of this thing. And you can see there's like there are rows of them. So there's like a row of 3, and they're located all the way around this thing. You can pass by it on the left or on the right. It does not block your forward progress.
Fine mess you got us into again, no one. So I see cat got your tongue. You don't like to talk when you screw up, do you? What do you think, Rex?
I think we just go over them.
I'm all about that.
Okay, so how are you guys proceeding?
Rex will just knock those things over as he walks past.
Poor topiaries.
So you walk up, and as you start to approach, you hear kind of strange music start to play, and the entire assembly starts to slowly rotate.
Rex will stop, very confused.
The animals, whatever they are, the animal sculptures, are slowly moving up and down. As it makes a full rotation, roll a d6 for me, if you would, please, Rex.
Well, nothing could go bad here. Oh, 1. Nice.
Brilliant.
Rex, there are these strange. They're hard to describe. They're about a meter tall. They look like miniature versions of the strange beaked, web-footed, blue jacket wearing, unintelligible robot that you just fought. And as this thing rotates around, you can see that they're in what looks like an open-topped carriage of some kind, and they have some kind of crew-served heavy weapon that they are pointing straight at you. You guys are all surprised. Of course, you're not probably saying, what do you wish to do?
I shoot whatever.
Okay. Go ahead and take your shot then. Actually, let's roll initiative because they do have surprise on the. Well, so you missed.
I'm cool with let's roll initiative.
Okay. They miss as they try and swing this thing on, and there is an ear-splitting staccato burst, and you can hear ricocheting metal behind you as these things try and bring this weapon to bear. And it would be almost comical if it wasn't for the fact that they could gun you down easily with it, as they quickly lift up the tripod and match their steps with this rotating thing, ducking under the animals as they're attempting to bring it to bear. So they missed you, firing at you, Rex, even though you're very close. So now we're going to get declarations. You got Huey, Dewey, and Louie by request on the carousel there at the beginning of Fantasyland, attacking you with a belt-fed machine gun. So what is probably saying you're going to take another shot at these guys?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you can fire, and then we'll get declarations and initiative for the next round.
All right, I'll do so. Come on, man.
Okay. Mercy, you shooting at one of these?
Yes, I am.
All right.
At Louie.
Rex Dashington, you are up close. Are you going to take a shot?
He is going to dive behind some cover and take a shot.
Which one? Dive or take a shot?
Simultaneous.
Okay. In this round, you are diving. The next round, your shot goes off. Kevin, what about Do Re Mi?
You had to step away for a work call.
Okay.
Simultaneous is the best answer I've ever heard.
Do Re Mi is try a shiny new laser pistol and take a shot. And what about No One?
No one is going to duck for cover.
Okay. Well, how about rolling initiative for me as you're diving for cover there, No One? I go first. Yes, so they're keeping pace with this thing, and one of them's got the barrel over his shoulder, and the other one is holding it, and the third one has like a bag of belt-fed ammo he's feeding into it. I hope a machine gun nest armed by Huey, Dewey, and Louie is to your liking, Uncle Brett. Yeah, they rip off another burst and completely miss. So there's 3 of them, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Which one are you shooting at? Mercy, you said you were shooting at Louie?
I did.
All right, go ahead and take your shot. That will miss. Rex is diving for cover. Do-Re-Mi is firing his laser at Huey. 13. Let's check their armor class. That will hit. That's a hit there, Yang. Roll your damage.
Me?
Oh no, that's right. That was me. I'm sorry, derp. All right. All right. Yeah, he sets one, and the whatever artificial feathers or whatever it is covered just kind of spring to fire, and he's patting them down. No one has dived for cover. Mercy took her shot yet or no?
I did, and I missed. I think it was a 7.
Okay. It's a new round. Rex, you are now in cover behind a hedge. What do you wish to do?
He will shoot.
Okay. No one. You are now in cover behind a hedge. There are these rows of hedges that are kind of arranged a little bit like a circular maze that you kind of have to walk, sort of zigzag back and through to get up to this thing. And you've ducked down behind one of those. So what are you doing now? No one.
Oh, I'm definitely going to.
Whatever it is, you're definitely going to do it. So I think that probably definitely going to shoot. So go ahead and take your shot at one of them. You shooting at Huey, Dewey, or Louie?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, your beam collides with a mirror that is in the center column of this thing and just reflects back up and away. Okay, so let's roll initiative, and Rex will go back up to you, Yang. Roll initiative. 5. It's simultaneous. The belt-fed machine gun fires at Rex because you're right there.
Okay, now simultaneous works.
Yeah, they're having trouble keeping this thing steady. So fire again.
Nice.
16 will hit. Roll some damage. Oh yeah, he's very on fire, and plastics have melted and all that fun stuff. Mercy, take your shot.
I will fire again. Yes.
Pew. That will miss.
Oof.
You want to roll your attack there, Todd? No one. You want to blast on a fool? That will not hit. Okay.
Man.
Next round. What do you guys want to do?
Shoot.
Yeah,
right.
I'm shooting him. Huey.
All right. Take a shot.
All right.
That will miss. Sorry, dude. So everybody else is firing. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, and roll that for us, Doomsword. I got a 3. Party gets a 6. Okay, party goes first. Mercy, will start with you. Blast on them. Or twang on it. No, you've got a laser now. You can... That will hit. That is
Yes, I
six,
do.
that is 6 dice. Feels good, doesn't it? Pop.
You said 6 dice?
6
Way to
dice.
do it.
Okay.
Hello, Doomsword.
Ooh.
Not bad. 25. Yeah, he felt that. He's kind of slumps over backwards. Now next up is Rex Dashington. Rex, take your shot.
Ooh.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Which one were you firing on, by the way?
The one that wears green.
Okay.
I took out Louis, so you've got Huey or Dewey.
Oh, okay.
Dewey is undamaged, Huey is badly damaged, and Louis is moderately damaged.
I will take the undamaged.
Okay. Kevin, assuming you're not back yet, bud, are you? Check, check. Do re mi. Nope. Okay. He will not connect with his shot at one of them. And go ahead and take your shot then, if you would, please. No one. 11. What have I asked you guys about the edge cases? Now, let's see. An 11. Class 10.
You said you loved
I said I loved them. Okay. That will not hit, unfortunately.
You were like, give me all of them that you can.
All of the edge cases. Okay. Okay. All of them are up. One of them is very wrecked. One of them is moderately damaged, and the other one is undamaged. So I'm guessing everybody's gonna take a shot. Go ahead and fire on them. Probably Sane.
All right, I'm going for the totally wrecked guy.
Okay. 9, and this is
13.
13. All right. 13. That will actually hit.
Wonderful.
Ouch. So that's 10, 20.
21.
Yeah. So something inside him just kind of goes pop, and there's blackened, melted plastic circuitry and feathers just blow everywhere. And you see the lower torso of a mechanical duck bot. Just
awesome.
Sitting there, and the others kind of regard it and then regard you and swing the heavy weapon in your direction.
I reload next round.
Okay. Mercy, Rex, Do Re Mi, no one. You guys are all firing this round, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty, then. How about rolling initiative for us, Todd? That is a 4, and they roll a 6. And they blaze away. A line of tracers stitches just over your head, probably Sane.
Oh,
Yeah.
close.
You can actually tell like a couple of bullets plink off of your armor. They got that close with that heavy machine gun.
Horseshoes and hand grenades, bud.
All right. Counterfire. Mercy, which one are you shooting at? There is an undamaged one and a moderately damaged one.
The moderately damaged one, please.
All right. Take a shot. 10. A 10 with a laser pistol will probably hit, but let me just double check. So let's see. Laser pistol 13. Yes, that will hit.
Nice.
Roll some damage. And do keep track of these energy shots. Wow.
Yep, I've got
That's 10, 27.
27. Yep.
Okay. Your laser beam drills a hole in this thing, and it emits like this staccato quacking sound, like it's stuck. It's like lying on the thing, twitching and not stopping. That just leaves the one. So Rex, you going to take a shot at the undamaged one?
Absolutely.
All right, roll it.
Ooh.
A 10. A 10 will actually hit. Yeah.
Ooh.
10, 11.
18.
18.
Okay. All right. And go ahead and take your shot, please. No one. That won't hit. And for Do-Re-Mi.
Uh-oh. Did I eat something?
Oh, you're back. You're back. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Woohoo. Okay. You're fighting. Well, you were fighting Huey, Dewey, and Louie, who had
Right.
a machine gun nest on the carousel. And it is now just down to Dewey.
Okay. I didn't like Dewey either.
Well-
Is it damage or attack time?
Oh, it's attack time. It's attack time.
Oh,
It's
okay.
roll your attack.
Okay. good.
I one initiative, but at what cost? A 12 with your laser pistol. That will hit.
Okay. 5d6. I shouldn't have minimized that window yet.
I never liked Dewey and his
20.
death.
10, 20. Okay. Yeah, you blow away half of its head. It's still, it's kind of turns one actually, it's still got both of its photoreceptors. This is one is a gleaming chrome sphere with all the plastic blasted away from it. And the other one is a big cartoony eye in your direction. Are you reloading in this round? Probably, Sane. I think you had to, yeah?
I do have to, but I think that I would rather stash that rifle and draw the vibro blade and close.
All right, so you're moving up to the carousel.
Yes, sir.
What is Mercy doing?
Firing on Dewey.
Probably Sane. No, I'm sorry, Rex Dashington.
Shooting.
Do-Re-Mi.
Same. Laser. Yep.
And no one. Pew Pew.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think I don't remember where we were in initiative. Why don't you go ahead and roll it for us, Yang?
Alrighty. Ooh.
All right. Finally, I hit somebody with that gosh darn heavy machine gun. Let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to say this is going at... this is going at Rex Dashington. 26.
Ooh.
Yeah, you feel that hammers down. You just watch that force field indicator drop, and then you can feel those bullets thudding in.
That's a big roll on those dice.
Yeah. Okay. Return fire, if you would, please, group. We'll start with Mercy. That will miss. Rex. That will hit. Roll your damage.
Ah,
Man.
14.
Okay. And it had taken some damage. It's barely functional, but still looks like it's got some life left in it. Kevin, don't worry me.
All right. 9. That's probably
A
miss.
9. That is, let's see. Because you got the laser pistol, right?
Yeah, 13, weapon class
Yeah.
13.
I know
13.
10 hit. I don't know if 9
That
does
will
or
actually
not.
hit.
Oh,
You
it
will.
does?
Yes.
All right. I was told to use 66. I'm going to do that.
And
Wow.
you've revealed the secret of my power.
Thir-
Look at that
Wow.
roll.
33 out of
That is
36.
nice.
That hurts.
Yeah. Your laser beam passes through it, and you're not sure if it hits like some kind of hydraulic liquid or whatever, but it immediately just bursts into flames. It is a column of burning robot Disney duck as it just kind of staggers around and then falls over, and this thing just continues to go around. And then there's suddenly this some kind of white gas just pours out of the inner top of this thing, and the flames are put out. What's left is rather gruesome, as there's a blackened metal skeleton half on and half off this thing, sparking as it's being dragged in a circle by it.
Wah, wah, wah.
So yeah, you've dealt with them.
So, I heard they had a machine gun nest.
No one
Yeah,
is there.
Go ahead. Todd.
Good.
So I look at Rex and
Todd,
say,
speak.
No,
"Looks
no,
like
I was
you're
asking
pretty
about the
injured."
machine gun.
Yeah, it's long. It's longer than a laser rifle. It has some kind of bipod, and there's a big flexible bag type thing lying next to it, and a sort of serpentine belt that goes into the bag. And you think that that's the bullets that come into it.
Is it something we can mount to my stroller?
No, it's a little on the heavy side. It would probably cause your stroller to fall over backwards. It is light enough to be carried and operated by a single person.
Put it on your shoulder.
Could I put it on my shoulder?
Well, no, you couldn't, if you put it on your shoulder, you couldn't operate it because
Oh, all right.
the grip and whatnot. But if say no one wanted to tote it around like a very heavy assault rifle, he could. You would just have to kneel and use the bipod to fire it.
If ain't nobody taking this, I am.
I think no one's taking it, right?
Yeah, I think
As
Todd
compared to nobody.
Yeah.
No one wanted it. So Rex, you look pretty damaged there. You need some healing here?
Yeah, I'm a little woozy after that.
All right. So I'll use the Disney Medipack on Rex, and that'll leave me 1.
Oh, Uncle Brat was asking, carry an M2 by one person. This is not this is not an M2. There would be a lot less left of Rex if that had been an actual Browning M2. No, this is something. This is a lot more lightweight. This is like an FN Mini-Me or even the assault version, or rather the support version of the FN Scar rifle. It's not. No, this is not an M2. Yeah, it's even lighter than an M60, but it is sufficient to make people duck their heads.
So
With
I'm
duck
healing
being the
Rex up
operative
now.
word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the stuff.
So you got the
Okay.
Dizzy Medipec, and that leaves one. So let's not try to get too beat up.
Okay. So you're standing there listening to the discordant, well, I shouldn't really say discordant, just kind of unusual sound of the music coming from this thing. To your right, if you follow this thing around to the right, you can see the back of a large castle-like structure. There are paths that go around to the left, and then there's kind of the main path that's you're going forward on.
Is there a charging station here?
No, there sure isn't.
Darn. I figured this was one of the things he was talking about.
Maybe at the castle, fortifications usually will contain an armory of some sort.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
And that's what happens when you figure.
All right, so you guys are turning south and heading towards the castle structure, yeah?
Sure, we'll
Do it.
check that out.
Okay. It's not a long walk. It's like maybe a couple of 100 meters. Like everything else except the places you've been and had battles in, everything here seems to be in pretty immaculate condition. You can see through the back of the castle. There is a large opening. You can see all the way through, and in the distance you think you can see like where you initially came in or something like that. There's a large circular park just on the other side of the castle. So you going in?
Let's go.
Yes.
We'll head towards what looks like the entrance.
Okay. As you are approaching the entrance, somewhere above you, you hear sweet singing. Just a lovely voice singing something about someday her prince will come. You're not exactly sure who it is, but it's
We're
melodic
looking
and beautiful and soulful, and there is a lovely blonde woman in a pink and blue dress standing up behind the rampart, the battlement, as it were, on this castle, and she's singing and that sort of thing. And then she moves over and lifts something up, and it's pointed at you guys. And Mercy, it looks like your crossbow, but it's about 2 meters wide and 3 meters long, and there's an arrow about as big around as your forearm on it. You were not surprised because you saw her first, but only probably Sane has a chance to act. She is pointing this directly at you guys. So what are you doing? Probably Sane.
Yeah, I'm shooting.
Okay.
Weapon class 13.
Weapon class 13 with an 8. She's got some cover. So yeah, it causes some of the concrete around her to shatter, and but she is unharmed. I'm going to go by what's on the screen because I keep shifting my gaze to where you guys are in the green room listing there versus what's on the screen. So I'm going to go by what's on the screen. We're going to start. Yang, what are you doing?
Shooting.
You're shooting, rootin', tootin', princess shooting. I gotcha. And how about it, Mercy?
I'm going to shoot too.
Okay. And Do Re Mi, Kevin, you with us?
Yes, I'm definitely gonna laze.
Okay. And no one, Todd.
no one is going to take cover and get ready his new.
Right. So you're setting up the bipod. You're over there like animal mother. Okay. So you shot, you missed. Let's roll initiative, and I think we were down to you, Kevin. Roll
Okay.
initiative, please.
By the way, Animal Mother isn't a Disney property.
Animal Mother is not a Disney. Well, wait a second. That's not Fox.
Stop! Don't get that. Don't ruin my movie.
Okay.
I know.
She kind of turns this thing around, and she is shooting at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have a D5, so we'll go with this. 1, 2, 3. That one is going to be shot at Mercy. Not really sure what class we should consider a ballista. I should have asked Jim the last time I was talking to him. An 11. What is your armor class there, Mercy? 6. So
I don't think the energy cloak does anything for the armor class. It just helps against laser protection.
all right. So we're going to treat that as an 11, and you're a 6, and I rolled an 11, so that will unfortunately hit you. And yes, you're right. This time there is nothing to save you from essentially a lovely 14 points of damage as you're like, let me just shunk as you are impaled by a scorpion bolt. And she is already lifting up another one and saying, just whistle while you work, ratcheting this thing back. All right, Yang, let's start with you. Take a shot. That will miss. Mercy, you want to return fire?
Oh, heck yeah.
That will miss. Do re mi.
Right. To the face.
A 12 laser pistol. I'm giving her. That will hit, even with the armor class 2.
All right. Doing 5. Not as good as the last time. 13.
Oof.
14. She kind of like pats out the fire on her cheek and goes, "Oh my!" And no one let go with a burst of hot lead. A 12. I need to come up with support machine gun stats, but I think for now we can put this kind of in the same category. It's a little better than a needler because it's got a longer rifle. So we'll call this a class 12. Her AC is 2. You rolled a 12. That just kind of pings all around her. It's, she's between those crenellations or whatever, battlements, something like that. So she's she's got another bolt up there working with her superhuman speed, and probably saying, "You going to shoot at her?"
Yes.
Take your shot. Okay. That is okay, the rest of the group, you guys are going to fire on her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then let's roll initiative, and it is it's no one's turn. Roll initiative, Todd. Oh, I think you guys probably got her. Yes. All right. Yay. Open fire. An 11. That did probably hit. Did I say? So you're class 13. Yes, that will hit her. 6, 10,
20,
13,
20.
16, 20. Okay. Yeah, that kind of catches her in the middle of her chest, and her singing becomes distorted and warped, and she's trying to direct the ballista at you guys. Next in line, Mercy, take your shot. $16 will hit.
Yes.
Nice.
$19.
Okay, yeah. So something majorly is kind of malfunctioning. She's moving around with herky jerky motions. Kevin, take your shot.
Yep. Nope.
That will miss. And no one. Let off another burst.
Nice.
A 13, and we said you were class 11. Or no, class 12. Unfortunately, that will miss. And by the way, keep track of this. You've got 12 more basically bursts from your machine gun, okay? Todd, did you get that? I'm going to assume you did. Somebody make a note of it just so he doesn't forget.
That was 12.
Yeah, he's got basically 12 rounds left. And it's not like 12 bullets. It's 12 pulls of the trigger, essentially.
Right.
Okay. She returns fire, and who's getting this?
Who's the lucky person?
To whom it may concern. 1, 2. This one is going at our man, probably sane. Yeah. Somewhere behind you. Her targeting might be a little bit off. Next round.
Try again, bot.
You gonna take a shot at her?
I am.
Okay, go ahead. 5 is gonna miss. Thank you, Hank Hill. Is everybody else gonna shoot at her?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's roll initiative, and we're over to no one. Todd, roll initiative. Or no, you did last time. Yang, roll initiative. Party would have gone first under any circumstances, so Yang, take your shot. 19 will hit. Roll your damage. Yeah, all of her body you can see just kind of flies apart when you shoot her with a laser. You must have hit something important. Just this kind of smoking wreck just sort of falls back, and you hear a clank from somewhere up there.
Nice.
I guess someday's never going to happen.
As her
Maybe
prince
one of
walks
you
around
were
the
her
corner.
prince.
Yeah. Have you seen my android lover? I think after all that fire, nothing but Prince was left.
Lady, you call him Dr. Dashington.
Vaughn says, had a monk in first edition do as much damage as a laser rifle in Gamma World. Monks were a bit OP. I mean, maybe, but okay, so a laser rifle's throwing around what, 6, 7 dice?
6.
Yep.
6 dice. So on average, you're doing 18. It depends on the level of the monk. I mean, you got to get up into a rarefied air with a monk when you're throwing out 18 hit points of damage. And as you guys have seen, we've gotten some pretty chunky D6 rolls tonight that I don't think even the Grandmaster of Flowers could throw out with a punch. But of course, that's not to say anything of Quivering Palm, which, in AD&D is basically, it's the 5-finger death punch of AD&D. You hit that.
You do have to kill like like ranking monks in order to achieve this type of thing, right?
Well, defeat, but yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Who are the ranking monks?
if your monastic order is lawful evil, it almost certainly is kill. If it's neutral, you got to go with Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
That's a good point. I am
Well,
wondering who
some-
the ranking monks are, though. I
some
mean,
of the
just for the
ranking-
stream.
Some,
No
some,
reason. in
some of the
particular.
ranking monks are, I'm looking it up now. One is called Brother Bama. One is called Brother Georgia. One is called Brother Guy.
No, those are assassins guilds, Todd. I think you're on the wrong page. Dungeon Minister says, "I know monks. They don't punch that hard." I don't know, man. I've seen that 80s teen comedy, Heaven Help Us. They just swing those paddles in that thing, man. Wallace Shawn was horrible in that.
I'll just drink their beer.
Well, I'm thinking
I'm
you
good.
might be talking personal experience.
No, I've never went to religious school. Yeah, no, I was discussing this on stream the other day. There's a great some great Trappist beers, Maritzus, but Total Wine doesn't carry them anymore, and I'm heartbroken about that. They were delicious. Maritzus was yummy stuff.
Yeah, the double, triple, quadruple,
Yeah,
all good.
The 8, the 8 was
The
just amazing.
update, yes,
It was like carbonated scotch. Oh my god, it was so good.
indeed.
Anyway, so back to Gamma World. Let us jump back to the unreality, and now it's not set. It's there's no fate, but we make for ourselves. It's not set that you guys are going to run into Snow White tonight. But what are your plans now? You're standing on the far side of Cinderella's castle. Just a little wisp of smoke rising up from where you cratered Sleeping Beauty up there.
Well, first, is there anything salvageable that would be useful on Sleeping Beauty?
She's like 5 stories up.
Oh. Well, I think we got to go.
No one stand up holding his weapon.
You want
No one's going
choppy.
to charge.
I'm not sure what he said. I think he said no one's going to charge into the castle. I don't know. You can type it in, Todd, and we'll see it in the chat because we lost your Vox. So I'm sorry, Rex. What are you doing?
Yeah, he'll go in and see if we can find some sort of a charging station or supply area in there.
There are no charging stations, but there are some smaller rooms inside this thing that look sort of like that place, the Liberty Tree Tavern, but you don't see anyone in them.
So no hydrogen cells just laying around?
No hydrogen cells just laying around. However, on the right, and no one, you see this first, but Rex, as you approach, you see it too. There is a small room, a large glass window, and I gotta look this up because verisimilitude. We want to make sure we get this right. So let me see. Yeah, so there is a place in there, and over the door it says the King's Armory, and on display in the window are a great number of swords. They all look like they're polished, like they're in fantastic condition. Like they have just been set up.
Rex will inspect them to see if they're fake, like a lot of the other things are here, or if they're real. And he will also see if any of them have a vibro quality.
None of them appear to be vibroblades. They all appear to be ancient in design. Not they look brand new, but they all appear to be ancient in design. Some have scabbards. Some are hanging on decorative pieces of wood that are as long as they are. And looking in the shop, you can actually see articulated suits of armor within.
Hey guys, we've got some armor here for anyone who needs it.
I'm gonna go in there and look and see if there's any 3-bladed swords.
I'm gonna look at the
No, they don't sell the sly sword from Sword and the Sorcerer. Disney didn't buy Canon Films or whoever made that turd. But so yeah, looking in the shop, the armor is on it's either got some kind of weird articulation or it's just on a stand because it's standing freely on its own. And there are 2 of those, and they flank the counter.
Does it seem to be heavy? I mean, could I wear it
well, I mean, it looks like it's made out of metal, so you're not sure. Just looking at it, you don't know.
I'm gonna try one on.
Okay, taking everything off of the rack and doing that, it takes you a while. It's all buckles and straps. There's no hydraulics. There's no power assist. I mean, Mercy has worn, fiber armor and hides and stuff she's had to strap on before. So it's a bit like that. And yeah, it is kind of heavy. When you got the whole thing on, just like standing there breathing, you're making a faint clanking sound. And there is one other suit like that.
I mean, can I move around in that without a problem? I mean, other than making a ton of noise.
You can. But... Yeah, you can definitely walk in it for sure.
Okay. What about I'm gonna practice firing and doing my vibroblade and stuff. It's not going to hamper my movements.
It's kind of uncomfortable, but it doesn't seem to be hampering your movements.
Okay. I'm assuming it's going to be a better armor class.
That would count as piece metal armor, and that would raise you to armor class 4.
Okay, I will keep it.
Looks great.
Okay. No one. There is one other suit. Does no one wish to take it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. No one kind of goes through the same process of putting this on, and you guys are both now armor class 4. Is anyone taking any blades? There are daggers. There are swords. There are even small triangular shields, but they seem to be entirely decorative.
Rex will, if a sword looks better than the one that he has, Rex will swap. Take the cooler looking one.
I mean, as far as cool looking, it's just like that one looks cool. That one looks cool. The one next to those two looks cool. That one looks cool. It's literally a case of what do you want?
If anything looks like the sword from Conan the Barbarian or perhaps Excalibur, Rex will take that.
There is a two-handed sword there that actually
Nice.
on examining it, Rit, and I don't know my swords, so don't at me, guys. Don't at me. There is one that just where the blade goes into the handle, there's just a flat space, and engraved there is the word Excalibur.
Rex is definitely taking that, and he'll grab a dagger.
I'll also grab a dagger.
Okay. All right. So for combat purposes, the swords do it's rather like AD&D. On man-sized or smaller opponents, they do 1 to 10. On larger opponents, they do 3 to 18. And the daggers do 1 to 4 or 1 to 3. So yeah, it's exactly like AD&D. The Lady of the Lake, clad in the purest glittering samite, held aloft Excalibur, and it was... Anyway, so yeah, there are scabbards and all sorts of interesting items. Is Kevin, are you taking anything?
Is the dagger safe enough to stick in a boot?
Well, I mean, don't you have some kind of armor on?
I do. I have the inertial scout armor.
Yeah, so your spats don't have a boot knife sheath in them. I'm sorry,
but it has a sheath, right? It comes with the scabbard or a sheath.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's one that looks like the boot knife that was used in Big Trouble in Little China, that's the one I'm taking, since that is a Disney show.
Character is unaware of that, but yeah, no,
he has
no.
the exact same likes as
Jack's little throwing knife is not there. These are elaborate looking ancient weapons. This is not like all right.
I'll just grab one and I'll tie it to the base of my armor on the outside.
Okay. And probably Sane. Is he taking anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So you've all loaded up on souvenirs, and I do want to point out, now I'm not being a spoil sport, but your and this accounts whether you're wearing powered armor or whether you are going in like Red Sonja. If you get involved in melee with ancient weapons, axes, bows, clubs, daggers, flails, javelins, mounted lances, maces, morning stars, polearms, slings, spears, long or short swords, or two-handed swords, after a certain amount of combat with them, you will start taking negatives to hit. I mean, that's not just something that's not just something I made up off my cuff. That is a rule in Gamma World. So the longer you swing this thing around, the harder it's going to be to keep swinging this thing around. Complain at Jim Ward, not me. But you're armored up, and so you tromp back out. Are you continuing through the castle or turning around and heading back? What are you doing?
I think we should keep going because we want to find a power station.
On.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it was behind the attractions. I'm assuming this is an attraction, so we're going to try to go behind it.
Okay, well, as you go through this large opening, you do pass a couple of doors that are unmarked. They're very elaborate. Just at a glance, they look like they're wooden. But I mean, it could be a thin veneer over an alloy. By the time of Gamma World, Disney has purchased everything. There's a Bill Sylvie's Dungeon Delver section. Hey, you know what? As long as they gave me a good price for it, and I can just keep doing YouTube videos under another name, that's fine.
They changed their behavior later on, though, after 2023, and they just started stealing shit outright.
Yeah, they just started rolling up in powered armor with hover bands. We're taking your stuff.
That's right. This is literally Bill Sylvie's shirt.
Yes.
Not a copy of the shirt, but the shirt.
Yeah.
That he was wearing.
By 2023, I would also. Well, no. By the 2300s, rather, I would. Let's just say I wouldn't be around anymore to worry about it. All right, so you are headed back out into a large open area. Let me
we're not going
see.
to check the doors? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's right. You were checking out the door. So yeah, you got a couple of doors on your right.
Let's be ready.
Is someone attempting to open one of the doors?
All right, Rex.
No
busted
one
open.
is going to kick the door open.
I'll let no one do it.
I'll cover him.
No one kicks the door open. You're all just standing there in front of it.
I'm standing this side with my laser pistol ready.
Okay. So to make sure I do this right. So yeah, there's these elaborate murals on your left and your right, and no one give me a D6 roll to open that door. Do you need me to do it, or can you? Because I didn't see it roll. I'll roll it. No one puts the boot to the door, and nothing happens.
Thump.
Thump. More like thump clank. Because, you've got
Armor.
these two in armor.
Just because it's funny, we should have Mercy try it next.
You
Sure,
certainly
I'll try
can.
kicking it next. I'll try
Roll a
kicking it.
D6. Roll a D6 to open a dungeon door.
There you go.
A 2. What is Mercy's strength?
My strength is 12.
Your strength is 12. Well, I think you open a doors on a 1 or a 2. All right. You put the boot to it, and the door does give way. Beyond, there is actually a carpeted hall, red velvet coverings on the walls. It is as brightly decorated as where you are now. There are softly glowing lights. And it goes into the castle.
I think we found our way in.
What will you do?
Well, we go in there.
You think?
That's what I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, come on, man.
Okay. The hall is it's about maybe 2.5 meters wide, so you guys can go well, there's only 5 of you, but you can go single file or 2 abreast, but you can't can't go in like the hole in the wall gang. Yeah.
Okay. I'll
All
go
right.
in front because
Okay. And you're not surprising anyone because, clanks from no one and Mercy.
I'm in the back.
I know, but you're still making noise.
I know.
I don't care where you are in the group. You sound like a plastic garbage can full of aluminum cans being kicked down a flight of stairs
I
every
gotta
step
find a
you take.
can of oil.
Does this pseudo armor have spurs or not? Just checking.
It does not.
Oh, well, damn.
I'll flank Doe.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not that far down the hall. There are lovely murals and paintings periodically showing the wonderful woman who was firing ballista bolts at you recently is in a few of them, and there are other lovely women and strong-jawed, handsome men depicted in all these tableaus as you pass into a room that is about it's bigger than the hallway. You definitely feel, but it's not much more than, say, 6 meters across, and it is well, we'll just call it circular. I mean, there's flat sections of wall all the way around it, but I'm not really sure. There is a small desk. There's no one at it. A large book is open on the desk. There's what looks like a long feather is stuck in some kind of silver holder next to the book. Opposite the desk, on your left, as you come in the room, there is a set of metal doors. They're kind of a gleaming yellow metal. It could be gold. It's a little darker than gold. There is sunlight coming in this room, or a reasonable facsimile thereof, over, or not over, but through curtained windows that are kind of high up on the ceiling.
Are there any drawers or anything in this desk, or just this
Yes.
book in
Yes,
this?
there are doors. There is a very discreet, low-profile ancient communication device with its board of keys in front of it.
I'm
It's
gonna
like-
skip out the silver doors.
I'm sorry, you're going to what?
Go check out the metal doors.
Okay. There is set into the wood that surrounds the metal doors. There is a panel, and there is a single button on it with a triangle, a narrow-based triangle that points upward.
Yeah, I mean, if it's my turn, I'll punch that. I'll hit it with my the palm of my hand.
Okay. There is a pause. You kind of hear a sort of a mechanical grinding sound, and then there's a ding, and it slides open. It's much bigger on the inside than you would have thought. All of you in powered armor and everything with all the stuff you're hauling could easily stand in that space comfortably.
Check out what I found.
What is so Safi, Mercy is looking in the desk drawers, correct?
Correct.
Okay. In one of the desk drawers, there is some kind of device. It looks to be made of a black plastic-like substance, and it has a square grid of numbers on it and a slot in the bottom. In another drawer, there is a stack of slightly crumbly due to age, but still perfectly legible, colorful bits of slick paper, tri-folded, and they say on the front, "Your WDW experience." And there's a smiling group of pre-war children and adults holding things that look vaguely in that three circle shape you see that are floating on strings. They're holding them, and what looks like the view just outside of this castle is in the background directly behind them. And that's pretty much it. The chair looks fairly comfortable, as I said. What is Yang doing? What is Yang doing? What is Rex Dashington doing? Sorry.
Rex is pretty much just keeping an eye out, on guard, watching over everybody else.
Okay, and what about Do Re Mi?
I'm going to go check out the extra dimensional space that probably Sane, or maybe Sane, is looking at.
Most of
Okay.
them.
It is. I mean, it's some kind of room. There's wood paneling. There's a brass rail about midway up. So,
Is
what
the
room?
railing all the way around?
Yes, not the front where the doors are, obviously, but yes.
So, is this a paid? Is this a paid advertisement? I'll walk in there. What the hell?
Okay, you're in there.
I'll follow.
Okay. Probably Sane goes in. Do Re Mi has gone in. Rex Dashington, what are you doing? I'm going to say that no one says, "What's that small room?" and clanks on in.
Yeah, Rex will go in with the group.
I'll follow too, since the desk is boring.
Okay. Alrighty, so as you're all standing there, there's a ding, and the metal doors slide shut. On the right-hand side, just within, there is a panel that is similar to the one outside, except there are two buttons. One says 1 and the other says L.
I press L.
Okay, there's a ding and the doors slide open, and you're looking back into the chamber that you just walked out of.
Yeah, that's definitely correct. That was a lame room. So, it's appropriately labeled.
What if you pressed 1?
Go for it.
Rex will gently press 1.
Okay. The door slides shut. There's a pause. There's a hum, and you all kind of feel this faint sensation. Rex, you felt it when you fired your repulsor lifts on your powered armor before. Actually, you feel like you're definitely traveling up, and it goes for a while. And there is some very pleasant music coming from somewhere. And finally, it comes to a stop, and the doors open. And that's where we'll pause for this evening. I'd like to thank all my players for being here. Todd, I'm sorry you had to hop off earlier. I certainly hope you feel better. Thank you, of course, to Yang Yan Zhao, to Doomsword Deathmaster, Kennick, and Kevin. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to our audience, and Uncle Brat. Don't worry, you paid for entertainment. You've still got some coming. I'd like to thank you for that generous donation to the show. That is awesome. And folks, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell icon for notifications, and you can find out when we do these live streams, because we game 2, sometimes 3 nights a week. We live stream these games for your entertainment. And it's not, I just want to point out, this isn't some kind of scripted wackiness. This just as easily could have been a total party kill tonight. And we spent the rest of the evening laughing while they rolled up more characters. So, we play real RPGs here on the show is what I'm saying, folks. If you'd like to support the show, please consider becoming one of our memberships on YouTube. You can support us on Subscribestar. You can support us on Patreon. And for as little as $1 a month, except for YouTube, which makes me charge $1.99 a month at minimum. But At the $10 level or veteran warrior level, everybody gets a free mini Dungeons and Dragons module every month starting in August. So you don't want to miss out on that. But thank you again to my players. Thank you, of course, to my audience. It was wonderful to see everybody. And I'll be back on Monday. Don't think you've gotten rid of me. You guys be good to each other. And I'm going to see you all next week. So ta-ta for now. And until then, even though, of course, this was Gamma World, you know what you got to do is keep your eyes peeled for owl bears. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.